So guys, I'm about to get into something right now real deep, and this is going to open a lot of eyes. So let's jump into this. Whenever I was a younger kid, right, there are certain circumstances that has happened, and I was living a life I did not want to live. When we are young, we don't 100% get to choose the life we want to live. If you're lucky, you might. That's if you're lucky. Nothing is perfect. But I was living a life I felt held back. When I was younger, I felt like my potential was being robbed of me. And this caused me to go down a bad path. I look back at the past and I understand everything as to why everything happened. And I was just always the type of person, guys, that needed to be on top. It's just who I am. I was born to be on top. Nobody else has any say over what I've just said. Only you know where you stand in this world. Only you really know who you are and what you can do. Other people can see certain things in you, and other people are just haters, really, that might disagree with what I just said. But okay, I had the results to show so many things as to why what I'm saying is true. But you can be on top in a couple different ways. You can be on top the right way, under God's kingdom, or you can be on top in a bad way, in the devil's kingdom. And when I was younger, I took a bad path that I never should have took. But with that being said, what happened needed to happen. It needed to happen. And like I said, when I was younger, I felt robbed. I felt robbed. I was not given opportunities a lot of other people were given. I felt held back. I felt held down. I was supposed to be the one that was on top. So with all this going on, it led me into a bad path that I didn't even see coming. I wanted to be on top so bad that I took a bad route to get on top. And that is when things ended up going very wrong. But after this, I snapped out of it in a flick, and I immediately started doing all the right things. Because when I was younger, I got into the drug business. I got into the weed business, selling weed. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's still not great. It can ruin your reputation. It's honestly the devil's work. But I felt I needed to do that to even remotely get myself anywhere at the time. I felt I needed to do it. I had no other choice. I was supposed to be on top. I was supposed to have opportunity. People let me down, bro. People around me let me down. There's a lot of things that I even hold back to this day that I don't really let out on certain people as to why things were the way they were for me. Like I said, I should have been on top. I should have been given opportunity. I should have been able to succeed the proper way. I was held back. I was not given a shot. I felt robbed. So I took a bad path. for a couple years. And everything went so bad. I gained so much. I had so much. And it caused a lot of negativity in my life. I was surrounded by things I never should have been surrounded by. Certain people, certain situations. And it wasn't the worst of the worst, but it was bad enough to the point where it's just not who I am. I'm just living a life that it's just not who I am. And when too many bad things happened, I immediately dropped everything I was doing. And in a flick of a finger, I was instantly doing all the right things. Like I went from zero to 100, like in a flick, because I knew it wasn't who I was. I even knew myself when I started doing anything I was doing that I was not going to do that. Like I knew I was doing it, but I knew it wasn't going to continue. I felt I needed to do it at the time. So this hurt my reputation. This hurt a couple things back in the past. And let me tell you guys, I was young. I was a teenager when this stuff happened. And I instantly snapped out of it. Instantly. I shocked so many people because of the big change I made. And in a year, I was unrecognizable to who I was. I was similar, but I was a lot different at the same time. It's hard to explain because your actions mean everything in life. This caused so much stalking, so much gang stalking to be in my life because you shift from being around not so good of people to getting out of that to becoming successful the right way. I dropped everything that was bad and I was doing everything that was good in a flick. Like literally in a flick. You guys have no idea. And I knew that was going to happen. Nobody else did. This is what caused a lot of gang stalking in my life because they see me doing all those things. They can't see my visions. They can't see what I was doing and what I was about to do after I did this. People just think you're going to keep being the same person, doing the same things all the time, but I just shifted, just like that. And a lot of people was just stalking my life, like a hawk, when this stuff happened, because it's like, what is he doing? Da 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 da. And the slander, the gang stalking, all the craziness going on, because I'm making waves. I'm getting into fitness modeling. I'm doing good things. My physique is on point. I'm healthy. I'm sharp. I'm confident. Like so many things just shifted so fast. Everyone throwing dirt on my name. But that was a person. Whenever I made that big change, that's the person who I always was. What I did in the past was not who I was. I wish it didn't have to happen, but it had to happen because the way my life was in the past, because of how things were. I should have been pushed into so many better things. I should have been given opportunity. And shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? At the same time, what happened had to happen. It was a big part of my life. It was a big part of my growth. It opened my eyes. It showed me so many things. I conquered the dark side. I conquered the dark world. Into the new world. Into the world of light. And it honestly pissed a lot of people off. Because it's a very unique life path. Very unique. Most people that make it for the greater good under God's kingdom, most people didn't have to go through those things. Most people was always on that one side. Most people didn't have to do something like that to go to God's kingdom. And not even that in specific, just it could be something else on the other side. But most people are brought up a certain way, that they go a certain way, and that's kind of the life they take. Not many people that have to go through all these trials and tribulations end up making it the way it should have been all along. It's a very rare thing. I was able to do it, so people in the past are always forever going to watch me. They're forever going to stalk me. They're forever going to be haters, jealous and envious. It's just how it is. And this is how this kind of shit entered my life. And it's just something that'll always be there. I pay these people no mind, but I'm not stupid at the same time. I know they're there. I know they're watching. I know they're hating. It is what it is. They're not going to do anything. They're just there. They're just watching. Pissed off. Still in disbelief, probably. Because they saw me as a certain thing that I was not. Even though I was doing something that's not who I ever was. It's what I felt I had to do at the time. I really did not have a choice. At the time, there was literally nothing else I could have done. So, I even felt school was evil. Everything was evil that was around me. The people, school. There's nowhere I could have went. There was literally nowhere to go at the time. All I ever needed to do was to do enough to be able to get by myself, to live my own life, to build my kingdom the right way. That's all I ever needed to do. But I was young. I was a young teenager. You're not going to have it all together when you're a young teenager. You're not just born successful like this and get to pick and choose and have your own opportunities. You're young and you're just thrown into the world. And I was not given things I should have been given. But like I said, shoulda, coulda, woulda, it wasn't meant to happen. I was meant to have a harder life path. I was meant to have a harder road that I had to figure out. And with all that, it caused a lot of chaos, a lot of drama, a lot of hate, a lot of bitterness in people. And I've been through the thick of things. I see things in so many perspectives. And I'm very intelligent when it comes to noticing everything, noticing why people do what they do. The small things. I don't miss a small thing. I see everything. I know all these types of things, the ins and the outs and the ins. Everything you could possibly think. I know why shit happens. I am very street smart, savvy. I understand people, I understand the world. I understand why things happen. And this is just all truth. And I hope, from what I have shared so far in this video, has opened eyes. You could be a person right now living a life where it's like it's not who you are, and you know you're going to do better. But things just are how they are right now. That's just life, bro. Everything is a phase. Everything in life is a phase. Where you are currently at right now is not where you're going to be forever. Things are going to shift so much. Life changes very quick. And everything that is evil is meant to hold you back. I felt I was around a lot of evil type of stuff that a lot of people cannot see. That I was able to see, that I was able to notice. I learned the truth about everything. And I felt I was born chosen with so many gifts, so much greatness. And the things I grew up around tried to hinder everything that I ever was. Everything. The way I grew up, my community, everybody in my community. And it's not like everyone's just these terrible, evil people. It's not that deep. But it's deep enough to the point where these people hold you back. They hold you back, bro. That's what they do. They don't have greatness in their blood. But you were chosen, and you do have greatness in your blood. That is the difference. You cannot get around those types of people. They will ruin your life if you let it happen. There was no way in God's green earth I was letting that kind of stuff happen. No way. I'm going to find a way. That was my mindset. I'm going to become the person I'm supposed to become. That was my mindset. No one's going to hold me back. And all these people that are trying are going to get left disappointed and pissed off. Because I'm going to show them everything I am. They're not going to like it. They try to hold me back. They try to hold me hostage pretty well. And pretty soon they will have zero power. That was my mindset. And that is what I was able to do, guys. I was able to overcome all that kind of stuff to put myself in the right place. And it took so much time. It took so many years. It took so much suffering. It took so much understanding. I never understood it on my path, even some years ago from right now. I did not understand my past to the level that I understand it right now. I get everything now. I get it all. I see everything so clearly. My eyes have never been opened more than they are right now. And it only continues to get stronger and stronger and stronger. More awake, more awake, more awake. More understanding. More clarity. The devil tried to take me out since birth. Since birth. But God was still with me. I had faith in God. And if I was willing to go through the trenches, God was going to give me the victory, and I went through the trenches. Nothing was more important than going through the trenches. It's what you have to do. We have to suffer. We have to go through trying times. We have to second guess ourselves thousands of times. We have to go through all those times. And it's what a lot of people are not willing to do. A lot of people are not willing to go through those times and go through all that struggle and all that pain. Most people are not. But you have to be the person that does it. If you don't, you will live a life you should have never lived. You will regret it. You should always be thinking in your higher self. You should always be thinking there's something big for you all the time. There's that thing in your mind. Glory is on your side. You are chosen. You are. The world is in your favor. Even after everything went against you, after all the negativity, after everybody slandered your name, everyone's trying to paint a certain picture of you, you're going to paint a different picture, because the picture everyone else is trying to paint of you is not the right picture. You get to paint the picture of yourself. The gang stalkers, everybody else like that can do it and say whatever they want. The truth will be revealed. And when this happens, and I'm telling you guys now from experience, they're going to get pissed. And good. Let them be. Let them be pissed. They're actually pissed off at themselves. But you aggravate them. You make them feel the truth. You make them feel reality. That's why you piss them off. You are the shining light that pisses off their darkness. So let everything be. piss them off, and become the person you're supposed to become. That is more important than anything else in this world. Without that, nothing even matters. What matters is you live up to the person you're supposed to be. And that's it.